Sometimes it can certainly be easy to lose sight of what a normal workplace looks like. Maybe no one talks to each other, maybe no one trusts each other in your workplace. All those things can be fixed, though, with just a healthy dose of leadership. It is one of the chapters in the book, Your Unstoppable Greatness, and you already know the author here. It's Dr. Lisa Orbe-Austin, who's with us here every week, and she helps us now today break down that chapter. Hi, Dr. Lisa.
Hi, Natalie.
So first, I guess we should know what a healthy workplace looks like when it is under healthy leadership.
Yeah, so when you're in a healthy culture, you have psychological safety, which is the experience that you can be your full self at work and there will be no retribution. So you can dissent and there will be no negative consequences. A healthy culture also looks like a place that's inclusive and safe, and that toxicity is really directly dealt with. It's also a place where we strive toward excellence, but not perfection. A place where people's development is really focused on not the people that people think have potential, but everyone's development is focused on. So it's a really safe and inclusive place to do what you want to do and what you're expert at doing.
And how much of that, Dr. Lisa, does depend on having a good manager?
A pretty significant amount does, because managers serve as the gatekeepers for our well-being in the workplace, but also our future in the workplace. So I do think it's really important to recognize that a good manager does make the difference for culture and also the way that you will advance in that particular workplace. So they are very, very central.
And just like life, you're going to take some hits. So when adversity hits in a workplace like this, what are some of the instincts that managers should really rely on when they need to support their workers?
Yeah, I think when adversity hits, it's really important. You're going to have your own kinds of anxieties about the safety of your own position and your own future, but it's really important that you're working that with a coach, a mentor, a trusted colleague, and that you're not exacting that on your direct reports and your team, so your anxieties aren't present in the way that you lead. I also think it's really important in that time to be strategic and to not only operate and think about your team in a strategic way, but also teaching them to be strategic in this moment and showing their value and their priorities in this moment. And I think also, too, it's very important to stay curious as to how your team is responding to the adversity and to find ways to also support them in those times.
Dr. Lisa, if you're a manager out there and you're like, things aren't going well, things are a little shaky, what are some things that those people will want to stay away from when they try to develop this healthier form of leadership?
Yeah, I think you want to get away from this idea that leadership is innate. It is a skill. It is developed over time, and to make sure that you're doing the things you need to be doing to develop those leadership skills, whether it's coaching or training or professional development. Oftentimes, managers aren't given the proper training to become really good managers, and they're just thrown into it because they were good at their technical skill. And so I think it's really important to take that very seriously and to not think that it's innate. I also think it's important to not get into familiar habits like thinking about favorites and prioritizing people that you like, and really working on developing the entire team and making sure the entire team feels like you see them for their unique individual talents and you're going to help them develop over time. I also think it's really important to make sure that you're dealing with your own stress in ways that don't come out in the team. So taking care of yourself and taking care of your leadership development becomes incredibly important, and to not rely on this idea that it is a straight instinct or that you're born with it or not. You really have to develop it over time.
Yeah, something really good to know. Dr. Lisa, I'm so excited to talk more about this book in the coming weeks and kind of dig into these chapters. So thank you for your time today.
Thank you, Natalie.